So I'm sure you've all heard the news, but the Yamaha R1 is officially being axed and will not be carried forward in 2025. Now this is devastating news, and we're going to talk about it a bit today. So the whole reason the R1 is being cancelled, you know, axed, discontinued, whatever you want to call it, is because it follows a similar fate to the R6, and it is all about Euro emission bullshit. So effectively the Euro 6, it would just be very hard for Yamaha to make a Euro 6 in CP4 engine that they can comfortably put into the R1. So, oh, this is a 30 now. So instead of, you know, developing a Euro 6 version, they're just going to axe it completely, and instead we'll be releasing, this is all rumoured, but I predicted the R7, I will now predict the Yamaha R9. So this is going to be a CP3 engine, similar to the MT-09 of course. Now, a lot of people are speculating that it's going to have more horsepower than the MT-09, which would make sense, and the same rumour was shared about the R7. Unfortunately that wasn't true. The R7 is just an MT-07 essentially. Whee! Oh, I love these new tyres, by the way. So yeah, R9 is going to be a CP3. People are saying it's going to make 135 brake horsepower. I disagree, that's not true to my understanding. I think it'll make 116. 116 is my prediction. So if you guys note that down, when it officially gets announced, if it's 116, I will buy an R1 on that day. That is my promise. And a lot of these concept art pictures of the R9 seem to be taking a different approach to the design. I personally think the R9 is going to look exactly like the R7 and the R125. And I suppose that's their new direction, is making a universal lineup of bikes that you can recognise as Yamaha, and you can't straight away tell the CC apart. I mean, a strange feature, in my opinion, is the R125 has more technological features than the R7, which is very strange for me to say out loud, but a 125 that costs less. Which way do I want to go? We'll go this way. I'm just riding around today. The weather's not too bad, so I'm kind of just exploring. Whee! I'm not going anywhere in particular, so you guys are joining me out on a ride while I rant about the R1, which is a huge shame, because the R1M is the last M brand of Yamaha. So people have been taking it upon themselves to make their own R7M. There's a guy on TikTok who's making an R7M, and it is a gorgeous red bike with carbon fibre stuff, full aquapovic titanium system. It's stunning. And we're losing that M tag completely, so it's devastating. I'm sure Yamaha will continue the R1, but as a track version only, similar to the R6. And I'm going to say this now: if you want an R1, buy one this year. If you're thinking about getting one, buy it, because I'm going to tell you about the R6 prices now. The R6, its last final sell value, I believe from my research, was £9,500. If you want to get a new style R6, you're going to be looking at upwards of 12 grand. So the R1, typically 17 grand, you could say about there for a decent brand new one from a reputable dealer. I think they're going to cost 20k for a brand new one when they're discontinued, because just like the R6, everybody wants a nice big super sport bike one day, and when they actually go to buy one, they're discontinued and the pre-sale value goes up because the demand is still there. There is less supply but more demand, so the price goes up because people will pay more for something that they can't get as easy. I keep hearing like a motorbike behind me somewhere. Am I being followed by something? So it's a huge shame. I shouldn't have gone this way actually. Let's do a funky U-turn at this triangle. I don't know if this is a legal move, but watch this. Whee! and then we'll do this. It's the most advanced U-turn I've ever done that. But yeah, so the price is going to skyrocket, just like the R6 did. The R6 went through the roof, and they still are. A 2014 R6, a decent one, can be as much. I've been shopping for R6s because there's a bit of gravel there. Because I've been thinking about getting one myself for my A. And I'm looking at them, and if you want a decent R6, I like the older gen, to be honest, with like the cutout between the headlights. That's my personal favourite. If you want a decent one of them, that's 6 to 8 grand. It's a lot of money. You can get a big bang R1 cheaper. So it's just, R1 is going to follow the R6 price trend, and they're going to be completely unaffordable. So now I'm going to have to speed run buying an R1 this year if I want one, because I was going to buy the R6 and then get the R1 in a few years time, just to save up some money, and I was trying to be sensible. But I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking I'm going to be spending a few £1,000 more to get the same bike in a few years, so I might as well just go for that R1 and just cut my losses this year. So I'm not 100% sure, but this is a really nice ride today. Look at this. We don't normally come out these back roads anymore together. I miss it. We should do it more often together. What is that? Oh, it's just a truck. So yeah, but oh, this is a good time to test my rain tyres on the gravel as well. Oh, not my bike, please. Thank you. So yeah, it's essentially, this is where we used to come with the Yamazaki all the time. Do you guys remember them days? That was like nearly 6 years ago now, can you believe that? Yeah, it's just mental what's going to happen to the R1, and there's going to be a massive void, because I'm predicting another thing. Litre bikes are about to die. The GSXR 1000, dead last year. R1, dead this year. It wouldn't surprise me if Aprilia follows with the Tuono soon, and the RSV4. And from what I've heard, Kawasaki are discontinuing the H2 series, the H2X and the H2. So it's going to be a massive loss. I remember struggling to get up this hill on my 50. God, I haven't been here in years. Oh my god, guys, this is where we used to record the first vlogs together. This is where we used to always start. God, the roads haven't gotten any better around here. God, I'll let you past. My god, we should come out here a few more times together and make some. We'll just do remakes of my old content. We'll cut off this way. There's some nice hills over here. It's very busy around here today. I've never seen this many people here. Now this is country roads. Potential hazard ahead. No fun down here for us. So, continuing on our conversation. So the whole trend here at the moment is bike manufacturers are killing off emission heavy bikes such as the 4-cylinder 1000 cc's. The R6 died, but Honda has somehow, I just fogged up my visor. Honda has somehow brought back the CBR 600 RR. And I'm very impressed that instead of backing down, Honda is taking the lead with this emission bullshit and saying here is a 600cc inline 4 that is Euro 5 and will be Euro 6 compatible. So Yamaha, bring back the R6. You're an idiot for stopping it. Because the R6 was like that true middle ground of motorbike. Can you move over? You know, this road's meant for 2 people. Thanks. I'm having too much fun today. Yeah. So, as I said, they're lowering cylinders and power. And I suppose they are catering fully to the A2 market, especially Yamaha. So I'm going to name every single, I'm going to name just the R series, because that's kind of what we're focusing on today. So if you have your A2 license, you in a couple of years will have the big choice between 3 A2 bikes: R3, R7 restricted and the R9 restricted. So nobody will know which license you have depending on what bike you have, because an A rider can have an R9 and an A2 rider can have an R9. Now don't get confused, the R9 will not be A2 restrictable out of the factory. They make a special version of the MT09 that is A2 restricted. It is very expensive, but I'm sure they will follow and do the same with the R9 because how popular the race bikes are. So following this trend of going downhill, a couple of other names that Yamaha has recently trademarked is, now these aren't going to be in the Europe market per se, but they definitely will be in some markets. The R250, the R350, the R5, which wouldn't surprise me if the R5 is a European bike. What are you doing? Because I am sure that the CBR 500 is taking away from the A2 market quite a lot, because the CBR 500 is the best A2 full power bike you can have. We have to come on country roads more together. I miss it so much. So Yamaha will produce a YZF-R5, I believe. So we'll have the R3, R5, R7, R9. And they seem to be jumping up in these 200cc intervals. I'm not sure why. A cyclist, let me go, thank you. That's a very nice cyclist holding back the car for me. Oh, I love the power of this bike. Which it is a shame we're losing 4-cylinder thousands, especially a lot of companies discontinuing them. If you guys do listen to the Bikers podcast, me and Talk made an episode on the R1, came out today because of some audio issues. I list every bike that has been discontinued in 2025, and I think the list will surprise you. But I myself am devastated that Yamaha has decided to go down this route of binning off bikes. But that's what happens when Euro emissions take over. I mean, I don't know how true this is because I've done limited research on it myself. There's no more combustion engines in 2035, so it looks like we'll have electric motorbikes taking over soon as well. Yamaha has produced a hydrogen engine for speedboats, so we could look at a hydrogen motorbike in the future as well. All very interesting prospects. My handlebars just shook quite bad. Hey, I got the engine light on. No, go away, thank you. That's fine, that's like some thing with my bike, I'll fix it. Yeah, so I am sad that it's dying, and I'm sure you guys are too. So I got a game to play in the comments with all of you. I'm very curious to know. I've been doing some community tab stuff lately as well, just to gauge some opinions elsewhere. What would you choose between? Would you rather have the R1 or have an R9 that everyone can ride from A2 to A? I'm curious to know what you think there. Yeah, no, I am, as I keep saying, I'm very sad because it's going to make me getting the R1 a pain in the arse if I can't buy one this year. I'm going to have to spend like triple. Like, I have to go this way, the way we came, because the road is closed. Which is not fun. They closed the worst road in the world. But some other bikes that I would honestly love to see lately is, you know, that I forgot a trademark. They trademarked the R12, and I don't think they're going to make a 1200cc sport bike after the R1 died. I think what they're going to make is a, I don't know how to describe them, like a big adventure bike. I think that would be next, like a GS themed bike. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you like the sound of CP3? Because I personally don't. I think it sounds like it's trying to be, I think it sounds like a CP2 trying to be a CP4, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, anyway guys, if you did enjoy this video where we just sat and discussed the R1 for a little while, make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe. We just hit 5,600 subscribers, which is a massive milestone for me. I think it's crazy. So yeah, keep up to date on the channel, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.